Hello everyone. Today in this video I'm going to talk about a project that I did in the field of data science at RxLogix. RxLogix is a pioneer in the field of pharmacovigilance. I was able to work under the able guidance of Mr. Yatin Bhatia, who is a data scientist at RxLogix Corporation, with constant support from my professors at Bennett University. First being Dr. Vipul Mishra, who is in the CSE department of Bennett University, and Dr. Deepak Garg, who is the HOD of the CSE department at Bennett University. Before getting into details about the project that I did, it is important to know a little about the company and the domain the company works in. What exactly is RxLogix? RxLogix is a global pharmacovigilance company that specializes in innovative software and expert consultancy services. Now coming to one of the most important terms that is going to be discussed throughout the duration of this video, pharmacovigilance. What exactly is pharmacovigilance? Pharmacovigilance is the practice of monitoring effects of medical drugs after they have been licensed for use, especially in order to identify and evaluate previously unreported adverse reactions and events. Now it's time to discuss about the project that I worked on. The title of the project was Development, Optimization and Deployment of an ML API Framework. As the title suggests, we developed an ML API framework that already existed in the company in a different programming language, which was R. We optimized it, added new features, and finally deployed it into a live company software. What exactly is the purpose of this ML API framework? This framework takes in raw input in the form of data in emails, PDF documents, both printed and scanned, then Twitter posts. These raw inputs are then processed and then finally combined into a similar format and then sent for further processing to different parts of the software. The API framework combines all these different features into one running complete application, which runs as a Flask API, and we are able to use it end-to-end using a GUI application known as PV Intake, which is a company software. Since this is a live project, there were several technologies that were used previously as well as in the new ML API framework that we developed. The technologies that we used were mainly developed for a Linux environment, both Ubuntu and RHEL. Hence, the framework that we developed was compatible with both Ubuntu as well as RHEL Linux environments. We used several AWS services. Some of these were EC2 instances and S3 storage management services. Main development for this ML API framework was done in Python 3.6. However, the previous framework that the company had was developed in R. Now, why was the switch made from R to Python? The previous framework that was developed in R was very heavy for the client machines, as R uses a session-based system, whereas Python does not run on a session-based system and resets itself after every possible execution. The Python we installed was via an Anaconda environment in an Ubuntu working system. All our main working development machines were Ubuntu based. However, we used RHEL as well as Ubuntu based machines from AWS to make sure our API framework was compatible with all working instances of Linux. One of the purposes of the switch from R to Python was because of the machine learning capabilities of Python. The community development of machine learning softwares and algorithms that are available in Python through several Python libraries is not there for R. Hence, Python is far more superior in terms of machine learning when compared to R. As we all know, machine learning is a big part of data science. We cannot discuss all machine learning techniques used in the completion of this project. However, I can discuss a few of those here. Some of the most important ones were NER and OCR. NER or named entity recognition is a part of natural language processing. It relies on taking in a text input and identifying different entities within that entity. For example, take a look at the sentence shown here. In this sentence, you can see several colored and uncolored parts. Now, the colored parts are the entities that we want to identify. Here, we are identifying three main entities: person, location, and organization. Albert Einstein is a person. Gymnasium is an organization, whereas Germany is a location. This type of data is used for both training as well as testing the model. However, in real life scenarios, only three entities are never enough. These three entities are one of the most basic entities you can use for a named entity recognition system. In the model that we developed and used, there were over 100 entities that we identified from raw inputs. The next very important machine learning technique that we used was OCR, or optical character recognition. It is a part of computer vision, which is again a huge part of machine learning. OCR is an important technique to extract text from where it cannot be extracted directly. For example, documents that are scanned or images. Apart from NER and OCR, several machine learning techniques are used in unison to develop a complete application that is capable of processing raw input and identifying different entities from it and giving an output from different types of input in a single type of output. This project started in January and was completed over the duration of 4 months in May. Since pharmacovigilance is a highly monitored industry, the accuracy required by clients and regulatory authorities is over 99%. They want as accurate results as you can get from machine learning models. Any room of error is not feasible for a software company that is providing these solutions. Any errors in the software solution can be disastrous for the pharma client. It can cause them a loss of millions of dollars in lawsuits as well as fines. The result of this project development was that this ML API framework was successfully developed and will soon be going live after several phases of testing within the company. This live software will help pharma companies reduce the load on their systems and use an integrated system for using several different features of the framework that we developed. Now let's come to what I learned from this project. This project helped me learn a lot of new things. First, how a software is developed end to end, from taking in raw input to processing it over several different stages and finally giving a visually appealing output to the client or the user. One of the most important things that I learned from this project was that when we worked on projects in an academic background, the projects only focused on taking an input and giving out as accurate output as we can. However, when working on a live project that directly involves a client, there are several phases of development, and it is not just about the input and the output. It is also about how easily you can take in the input and how efficiently you can give out the output. With this project development, I was able to work on several new software technologies and development technologies that I had previously not worked on before. Making it easy for the client involves a lot of hard work, and research on one topic is a long and cumbersome task. However, if you have friends and colleagues and mentors who support you constantly throughout this development phase, it makes the task more enjoyable. To conclude, I would like to say that this overall learning experience was very successful for me. It helped me develop my skills as a programmer as well as a researcher in machine learning techniques. If I got an opportunity to work on similar life projects again, I would definitely grab that opportunity and recommend the same to all my friends and colleagues, as it helps you learn a lot of new things and prepares you for the industry struggle out there. Finally, I would like to thank all the people who supported me through the duration of this process, be it my colleagues, my friends, or Bennett University for providing me the opportunity to be a part of such a live project at RxLogix. I will be adding all the necessary references in the video description. Please feel free to comment down below any questions or any queries you have. I will also be adding my email ID, so anyone who wishes to contact me via email can do the same as well. Thank you.